Some of you woke up this morning and found that your Tesla stock is worth $442.68, and maybe you were a little bit surprised by it. Well, recognize that there are probably a lot of people who are a little bit surprised. Most people knew that it split and it was going to show up at the lower price this morning, which has absolutely nothing to do with the value of Tesla, but you need to expect there's going to be a reaction to it, and you need to develop a plan. In my portfolio, it's the largest holding that I have. There was a fantastic article in the Wall Street Journal this weekend all about recycling batteries, because batteries are going to be an issue with all the new companies that are going into electric vehicles. And then we've seen that Robinhood has just seen a surge in ownership of Tesla stock. So what are we going to do? And then wait, there's the September 22nd Battery Day, in which Elon's going to live stream exactly what's going on with his batteries. And some say he's going to introduce the million-mile battery. So there's a lot to consider here. And what is important is you have a plan. You have a plan to take action based upon knowledge, not reaction. And that's what you need to know that 95% of the retail investors are going to do, is they're going to react. They're not going to take action. They're not going to have a plan. So let's go sit down in the office over here and come up with a plan as to how we're going to react to what's going to happen over the next 30 days, 60 days to Tesla. Okay, let's talk about what we know and what we don't know. We know that the stock has split, Tesla has split, and the current price is $442.68, down from over $2,000. That's going to catch a lot of people by surprise this morning. And we don't know what they're going to do, but we know what we're going to do. We're going to leave it alone. We also know that it's the largest holding in my portfolio, quite possibly in yours. We saw an article in Wall Street Journal about the issues with the battery, that there is some concern about the longevity of the battery, and that how the batteries are going to have to be replaced, and it represents some $12,000 of the cost of the car. If it was an internal combustion engine, it would cost $12,000 less. So we know that. We know that Tesla has had a 61% run-up in price since the announcement of the split over the last 2 weeks, went from 1,377 to 2,213. So we know those things, and we know it's been good to us. I know that I've got 130% gain in the stock. So what am I going to do? Well, I also know that on September 22nd, they're going to have Battery Day. And in that Battery Day, it is speculated that Elon is going to do a live stream at 4:30 Eastern Standard Time, and he's going to explain the future of the batteries. He's going to probably tell you about the issue with the minerals that are needed to make those batteries and the shortages, and how it's speculated he'll talk about a million-mile battery that would basically last the lifetime of the car. If that all happens, that's good stuff. But more importantly, what we have to do is develop a plan of what we're going to do based on what happens to the stock price. Now, as I said, I'm up 130%. The current price is $442.68. So what am I going to do? The first thing I'm going to do this morning is go in and put a stop loss order on Tesla. I'm going to put a 5% stop loss order on Tesla, a trailing stop loss order, so that means if it goes up to $450, that stop loss comes up with it as well. As I enter it, it will be a $442.68 current price, and with a 5, if it goes down immediately, the stop loss will go in at $420.55. So if it drops below that, I'm out. I take my profits and I'm out. Now, the other thing that if you've watched my videos prior to this, you know I own this inside my IRA. And that's critical because I have 130% profit. I don't want to have, and it's short-term profit, I don't want to have to pay 30 to 40% of that profit to some governmental system, whether it be the federal government, IRS, or the state government. So it's critical that I own that inside my IRA. It's also critical that if I buy more of it, if it goes down at some point, I own it within my IRA because this is a stock I want to own forever. But I want the availability to buy and sell it and not incur taxes. So what I am doing, in fact, is I'm making money from my real estate activities and from my YouTube activities. I'm pumping those profits into my solo 401k. And I'll explain why I have moved from a SEP IRA to a solo 401k IRA, and I'll explain that later in the week in a different video. But I recognize there is a potential that Tesla stock could drop. Has it dropped before? Yeah. On February 20th, it was $937 a share. On March 20th, it was $360 a share. Just so happens that's a 61% drop, just like we had a 61% increase over the last 2 weeks. In that month, February to March, we had a 61% decrease. Now, would I get upset if it dropped another 61% as a result of panic and a market correction? Not if I have a 5% loss and I get out. That's a good thing. It works to my benefit. So the message I want to deliver here is, yeah, it's a question. What's going to happen? What's going to happen this morning and what's going to happen over the next 30, 60 days? In fact, this is the first day of the rest of Tesla's life because there is going to be a reaction. You just want to have a plan in place that protects you no matter what that reaction is. If it goes from 442 today to 500, I'm good. I'm protected. And my stop loss goes right up with it so that if it hits 500 and then the next day panic comes in and it drops 20%, I'm out at a 5% drop. So the message I want to deliver is no matter what you're doing in this game of investing where you're playing with professionals, you don't want to react to them. You want to have a plan in place that is based on good information, good knowledge, and it protects you from the downside, but gives you the potential of the upside. That's my take on Tesla this morning. And your takeaways are get a stop loss order in and get your Tesla stock into a qualified account.